Exception handling in JavaScript code. In this, we will see how we can utilize try catch block to catch the exception, and also we will see how to send the customized message to client. Now I'll modify the existing JavaScript code that we written earlier. I'll open that. Read array element2.js. I'll open this. Currently there is no exception handle here. Now let's do that. What happens when we read this message? Suppose this contents are not there, what we are reading here. Suppose this is the content, company's work dot duration. This is not present. Then what is the error? How to handle that? Currently it is not handled. If that message came without this value, so how to handle that? Before doing that, let's run this existing program and check what the error it throws. Now I'll go to this folder and open the command prompt. Let's run the program. Read element2.js node. Now it's listening on 4545. Now let's pass the request localhost 4545. Hit the request. Now it's giving the success response 200 status code with the proper payload. Now let's try to modify this content. Suppose this company's work, I'll just modify this. I remove this 2 characters and hit the request again. It is could not get response. Here you can see e-connect reset. Let's check the server now. It is throwing error here. See this object, it's not finding here. Cannot read properties of undefined. Reading 1. So it's not handling. This program is not handling when this kind of request comes. Now server is stopped. Now I'll start it again. Now let's run the other request. Here I will just remove this bracket array. It is a syntax error. Even JSON format is wrong. Here you can see it's throwing error here. JSON format is wrong. Now I'll hit this request. Here also it's throwing could not get response. Check the server. It is stopped now and expected this closing spare bracket. So it's throwing error here and it stopped. We are not handling any exception here. So let's modify the program to handle these kind of exceptions. So client can send by mistake wrong data. That time we are not handling means the client will not know this. He will not get any response. We have to properly send the client a response. Let's go to the program. Here after reading the object, let's check the content now. This content is there or not. Now here try block, curly braces. Here I'll end it, try here. Now after that we have to add a catch error. In the catch block you can customized message, you can put it. And in try also we will check the contents. Here in the main try, any exception happens regarding the JSON format, it's not able to parse, then it comes to catch block. Here we will execute that program. So JSON format wrong. I'll just copy this and modify the contents. Here I'll put bad request, status code 400, application/JSON, content type. Here response.end. I just mention the response here. Error remove this part. Error. What is the error? JSON format is wrong. Please correct the format. This the message goes to client. When this message JSON format is wrong, comes back to catch block. Now let's check the content here. Content. After getting the object, here this is the object. This one, JavaScript one. Now we will check this before getting the values from this company's worked. If condition will add if ending it here and else part. Now in the if part we will see here, this one we are reading it from the request, whatever is sending the request from the postman or any other client, it is read here and pass it to this object. Let's change this object name, just I'll make it the JSON object 1. Then same thing I'm using here, JSON object 1. Here I'll check the condition, this one. This object is, this field is there and dot length greater than 1. Checking this is existing or not. After that it will go, if it is existing it will go inside. Suppose this is not existing, suppose last time we put this one, we removed some 2 characters, that time it will not be there. Then it go to this else part, it will not get satisfied, it go to the else part. In the else part I'll put message. Here also 400 I'll keep. This one I just remove the other part. Here error missing data or JSON is having invalid data. So this is the message goes back if you are not sending proper content. So let's save this same file. I saved it here. Now let's run it again. Now first I'll pass the success one, the well formatted JSON with all the contents, send it. We are getting the response. Now I'll change this content. Now I'll just remove this, send it. Here is an error we are getting, missing data or JSON is having invalid data. It means client will know now the JSON having some problem. So we are this particular field is missed here. This is wrong. It should be work. Then it will give the proper result. Same way, if I remove this bracket and send it, it will give the proper, it should give the proper response. Now it's throwing error. Let's check that. Bracket after array element in JSON position. So let's check the code. Here in this code, the catch on the try is not executed. When it throws error, then it comes back to this catch block. For that, we need to add this one inside the catch, inside the try. So because it's outside the try, it's not catching that exception, because while reading this body, it throw error here, but it's outside the try block. Now let's save it and run it again. Now with the error without a square bracket, if I run, now it's giving the proper response to client, that is JSON format is wrong, please correct the format. So this is the JSON format. Now I'll correct the format. Now send the request. It is giving the proper response. Now if I delete this also, this is also invalid JSON format. JSON format is wrong here. This way we can handle the exception in JavaScript code.